This episode of Coronavirus North Carolina News Brief is brought to you by Right By You Mortgage. Wherever life takes you, we're right by you. Visit rightbyyouMortgage.com/podcast to learn more. From WREL News and the Capital Broadcasting Podcast Network, this is your Coronavirus North Carolina News Brief for Friday, September 18th, 2020. I'm Cliff Baumgardner. Here's the latest from WREL.com.
Today I announced that North Carolina public school districts will be permitted to choose option A for their elementary school students only in kindergarten through 5th grade.
That's Governor Roy Cooper from a press conference yesterday, where he announced children in kindergarten through 5th grade can return to in-person learning in early October if their school system agrees to it. According to Cooper, the move is an option for public school systems across North Carolina, not a mandate, and would be available starting October 5th. Middle and high school students cannot yet return to class. All elementary school students and staff will be required to wear masks, and schools will have to follow social distancing, health screening, and sanitation regulations, but there will be no restriction on the number of students in classrooms. According to Dr. Mandy Cohen, Secretary of the State Department of Health and Human Services, 10 coronavirus clusters have been reported in schools across North Carolina during the past month, involving 16 students and 46 staffers. She said the number of school-age children infected with the virus has declined over the last 2 weeks, and that the trend is, quote, particularly strong among our younger elementary school children. Many school districts statewide have been conducting all classes online since the new school year started last month, while others use a mix of in-person instruction at reduced capacities and remote learning. Cohen said no clear differences in community spread of the virus have been found between districts that are using a hybrid system and those that are completely online. Cooper said he won't hesitate to pull back from in-person classes if virus cases start to spike. Some districts, including those in Wake and Johnston counties, are looking to start bringing students into school, while Cumberland County officials said yesterday they've decided to remain online only for the rest of the semester. Keith Sutton, chairman of the Wake County Board of Education, called Cooper's announcement welcome news, but said no decision has been made about having elementary schools return to in-person instruction full-time. The school board has a working session planned for next week, and a decision will be made in the next 2 weeks. North Carolina is receiving a batch of rapid coronavirus tests that yield results in a matter of minutes, not days, with thousands more being distributed over the next couple of weeks. It's recommended that people quarantine at home until they get their coronavirus test results back, but in some cases that can take days or even weeks. With rapid tests, however, manufacturers say it could take as little as 15 minutes. Not only does this help people better determine if it's safe to return to work, school, or daily activities, but health experts say rapid tests also help limit community spread. The first batch of rapid tests will go out over the next few weeks to high-risk groups in North Carolina, including people living or working in nursing homes, assisted living facilities, or home health care agencies. Rapid tests are also being offered to students at historically black colleges and universities, plus North Carolina Native American tribes on a limited basis. A second batch of rapid tests are expected to come to North Carolina at the end of September, as Governor Cooper signed a letter of intent to get 500,000 rapid tests for the state. You can find a list of rapid testing locations on our website. And lastly, with the flu season approaching, many experts have worried about a so-called twindemic, dueling outbreaks of the seasonal flu and coronavirus, which could be devastating. But this week, Dr. Anthony Fauci said that kind of double whammy isn't likely. The director of the National Institute of Allergy and Infectious Diseases pointed to the Southern Hemisphere, where it's currently late winter. Australia has experienced an almost non-existent flu season, for example. In fact, according to Fauci, the country has had the fewest number of flu cases in memory. While it's impossible to say what's going to happen when the flu season gets underway in the U.S. this fall and winter, a new study suggests that measures like social distancing, teleworking, and school closures that slow the spread of the coronavirus could also lead to a mild flu season this year. Flu virus circulation declined dramatically within 2 weeks after U.S. officials declared a national emergency in mid-March. And researchers noted that the summer circulation of the flu is, quote, currently at historic lows. Fauci said he doesn't want Americans to get complacent, however, and he urged people to get a flu shot, wear masks, avoid crowds, keep physically distanced, and wash their hands frequently. Before we go, a word. This is my last episode as host of the Coronavirus North Carolina News Brief. But don't worry, the show's not going anywhere. You'll still find the latest on the pandemic right here every single week. But before I hand the reins over, I want to take a moment to look back. We started the show in March, thinking it would only last a few months, tops. There was no way we could know what this year had in store for us, or the stories we would tell. In the last 6 months, across nearly 200 episodes, we've covered a lot of pain, a lot of sickness, and yeah, a lot of death. There's been data and numbers and brand new words and ways of life, and much of it has been frightening. But we've also talked about innovation and kindness and care. We've told stories that show humanity is at its best when we come together, even if that means we have to stay apart. If there's anything I've learned over these last unpredictable months that I can leave you with now, that's it. And I hope it's what I remember, no matter what the road ahead has in store. That said, this has been your Coronavirus North Carolina News Brief for Friday, September 18th, 2020. As always, if you enjoy the news and information you get from this show, let us know. Leave a rating and review wherever it is you listen. And while you're there, don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss our newest episodes. Thank you for listening. When it comes to buying a new home, you want to know that you're in good hands. At Right By You Mortgage, the dedicated team of lenders live in your community and are committed to being right by you every step of the way. Whether you're a growing family, a relocating professional, or a retiring couple, they'll partner with you to find the right loan to fit your unique home buying needs. Plus, with the Right By You Mortgage on-time closing guarantee, they'll pay you and the seller $500 if you don't close on time. Visit rightbyyoumortgage.com/podcast to get started. Wherever life takes you, we're right by you. Go to rightbyyoumortgage.com/podcast for full details. Equal housing lender, NMLS number 402136.